I'm a nurse. I was working as a nursing unit manager of a transitional care unit prior to my diagnosis. I had 6 months off just after I was diagnosed, and then I went back to work, but not in the same capacity. After I went back to work, I only wanted to work 3 days a week. I only felt up to working 3 days a week as a quality manager and everything in the hospital. And I was really lucky that the hospital that I've been working at was able to provide that work, so that was good. And I worked in that capacity up until about a month ago. I stopped because I just was finding that I was getting really tired.
Fatigue is one of the most commonly reported problems from women who've received treatment for gynecological cancer. That fatigue tends to start during treatment, particularly with chemotherapy and radiotherapy, but persists for several months after treatment, and even for some women at a year or so still feel that their energy levels are not what they were. Although it can sound a bit silly, the most effective thing for fatigue is actually to be doing exercise. People may often feel that when they feel so fatigued they just want to lie down and not do anything. Exercise at all stages, so during treatment itself but also following treatment, has been shown to reduce fatigue. It's also worth checking out other simple things, that people are actually getting enough of the right things to eat, that they're drinking enough fluids, and that as a result of their treatment they're not anemic, so have low iron levels. So those things can be routinely checked out. Women who are fatigued should really look at their sleep routine and make sure that they're getting into good patterns with that. So what is generally recommended is that they go to bed at the same sort of time each night and also get up in the same sort of time each morning, and that will often mean setting an alarm. They may find that certain things help them get into what they perceive as their sleep routines. That might be having a warm milky drink, having relaxing music playing, or listening, or having a warm bath. Once they go to bed, distractions in the bedroom should be minimised, so not having the TV on in the bedroom, not sitting and reading in bed for long times and having bright lights on, so making the bedroom a dark, calming place. If they find they can't get to sleep after 15 minutes or 30 minutes at most, then they should get up and go away and sit somewhere else in a calm environment, but so that they associate the bedroom with going to sleep. Regardless of how well or badly that they have slept, they should still get up at the same time in the morning to get back to try and maintain that routine and limit their sleeps during the day to about 15 minutes to half an hour.
I find that cancer-related fatigue is one of the biggest complaints of women in that post-treatment stage, particularly the early stages of finishing treatment. I think there's often an expectation of, wow, I've finished treatment and I'll feel great now and I'll have energy that I haven't had for 6 months, and it's a bit of a letdown to find that you actually feel pretty washed out a lot of the time. Sleeping more than you should, difficulty in getting back to being, a wife, a mother, a workmate, and so on. This is a normal consequence of a cancer treatment. Fatigue is really normal. It happens to nearly everybody, but it doesn't need to persist. And so information about diet and lifestyle and what we call sleep hygiene, so improving your sleep routines. The cure to fatigue is not rest. It's a bit sort of paradoxical or counterintuitive, that if I'm tired I need to rest. In fact, what you need to do is to engage in a little bit more gentle exercise and to regulate your sleeping and waking cycle so that you start to approximate what it was before you had the cancer. You also need to acknowledge when there is fatigue that's related to treatments, or that happens when you're particularly busy or there's a lot happening in your life. So it is also okay to feel fatigued and to be able to tease out the reasons why that might be, and to say that today I do need a rest day and I'm not going to push myself and work extra time at work and run the soccer training clinic at the kids club. So it's about thinking through what the causes of your fatigue might be and responding appropriately to that.